Hello Capricorn, welcome to your 12-month annual forecast for 2018. I normally set these up from the month of the birthday to the following birthday, but yours just happens to fall at the end of the year, so yours covers all of 2018. And the way I've set it up is to put the card in the center that is the card that represents Capricorn in the tarot deck. And I've always been somewhat disturbed as to why the Devil card represents Capricorn. But in looking this up to try to get an understanding of it, Capricorns are always striving to be the best that they can be. And in so doing, you're always trying to conquer that shadow side of yourself and conquer all of those aspects of your own personality and within your life that you need to conquer to be the best that you can be. And if you look very closely at this card, there's two people. It's actually a really beautiful deck of cards. They're designed to look like stained glass. But that's the card that represents Capricorn in the center. And then the rest of the cards are set up similar to an astrology natal chart. And if you're not familiar with the way they're done, natal charts are designed in a circle. And it's divided into 12 sections, like a pie slice. And each section is a house. Each house represents a different aspect of your life. And then what I've done is I've dealt out tarot cards for each house. And I'll go through and interpret what it means for that area of your life for the year of 2018. Now, the overall theme for 2018 is brand new beginnings. Brand new beginnings, new opportunities. The Ace of Rods is all about action, motivation, creation, creativity. It's what you're doing. It's what you're creating. It's what you're being and becoming, and that's the Ace of Rods. It's all about a new beginning for you and new opportunities. It could be a new job. It could be a new exercise program, a new hobby. It's some new course of action. It could be creation and creativity. It could be children. It could be any number of things, and that's the overall theme for this coming year. So 2018 is all about new beginnings for Capricorn. And I'll start over here in the natal chart. The way it's designed is this is the first house right here. And the first house represents your outward personality. So how people see you for the year 2018. You are the King of Rods. This is you. You're all about mastering yourself, what you're doing, your actions, your creation, your creativity, your job. The kings are the masters at what they do. They are in charge, in command, in control. And that's how you will be portrayed this coming year and how people will see you. They see you as the person who's in charge and in control, in command. You have that power within you for this coming year, Capricorn. The next card represents, this is the house of your possessions and your wealth, your earned income, your talent, and your self-esteem. And it's represented here by the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups represents boredom and discontent. It may represent missed opportunities. So you're bored with your possessions. You're bored with your job and your earned income and how you're earning your income. Your talents, maybe you feel like you're not living up to your ability and what you're capable of doing. Even though people see you outwardly as being completely in charge and in control, inside you feel very bored and discontent, like you're not living up to your own standards. You have very high standards for yourself. And you may just be discontent. Maybe you're discontent with your possessions. You're just tired of it. It's time to get rid of everything and get all new things, or get rid of all of the stuff altogether and stop focusing on the stuff and just getting rid of it and downsizing. It's also about your self-esteem and your talent. So you may be feeling a little discontent with your life and who you are, what you are. Maybe this is the driving force behind you taking action and seizing these opportunities for new beginnings. New beginnings with your earned income, which would be your job, how you're earning your income, and developing new hobbies, perhaps, earning income through your hobbies, earning your income through ways that you feel passionate about. The Wand's energy is also about your passion. It's that fire that burns within. So if you're discontent and bored with your life and how you're earning your money, this is the year for you to develop new ways of earning your income and finding that passion within you and within your self-esteem, within your talents, using your talents, new beginnings with your talents, finding ways of making money, using that passion and that talent that perhaps you've been suppressing for some time. This next card is the third house, which represents your siblings, your neighbors, short trips, and your elementary or primary school. And this is Eight of Cups. It's putting it all behind you, putting your past behind you and moving on. So you may literally be moving to a new neighborhood and having new neighbors. You may be venturing into a new city, a new town, just moving into a new house. You may be venturing out into the world, finding what it is that you feel passionate about, finding a new job, moving to a new location. If you've been having any kind of difficulties with your siblings, you may be putting that behind you and moving on to new horizons. It may be that you're moving away from your siblings. If you lived in the same town all your life, and this may be an opportunity for you here, if this is a new job opportunity for you here, and you may be moving to a new town, moving away from them. Short trips, so this indicates lots of short trips. The Eight of Cups is all about venturing out into the world and taking lots of trips this year. And elementary school, whatever you learned in elementary school, whatever's been ingrained in you in primary school and elementary school, it's putting it behind you. Venturing out into the world and discovering new truths. Because this year is all about new opportunities, a new course of action, doing something new. If you've been doing the same kind of work all your life, and it's boring and you're discontent with that kind of work, this is the year to seize these new opportunities, to venture out into the world and move to a new location for a new job and discover new things, new knowledge for you this year, venturing into the world to discover some new knowledge and some new truths. This here represents the fourth house. The fourth house is traditions, your family, your ancestry, and your home. And again, you're moving on. This is all the year about moving on. 2018 is the number 11 in numerology. It's a master number. So this is all about moving on this year to seize these new opportunities. You're going to be doing a lot this year, Capricorn. The Six of Swords and the Eight of Cups both mean putting the past behind you and moving on, venturing out into the world. Putting your family and your traditions behind you and seeking new truths, taking action, new opportunities. Putting your ancestry and your home behind you. You've got some great opportunities. Now, this is if you choose. If you choose to seize these opportunities, it's there for you to move to a new location, take on a new job, a new way of earning your income, and maybe venturing out into the world to, when I keep saying about discovering new truths, what I mean by that is putting the family traditions behind you and venturing out to learn. Maybe you're bored with these family traditions, because that's what will be represented here. And you feel, or you're discontent. You feel like there's something more out there to find. And this is your year for finding and discovering what that may be. If it has to do with religion and spirituality, if it just has to do with family traditions, whatever that is, this is your opportunity this year to venture out into the world and discover new things that are unfamiliar to you. Now, the fifth house here represents children, entertainment, and things that we love and creativity. And here's new opportunities again. This is a new beginning for you, venturing out into the world. It may be a new beginning for you with children, if this is something new for you. If you're older and your children are already older and grown, maybe this is new children coming into the family in the way of grandchildren. This could be a new beginning for you as a grandparent or as a parent. This is new forms of entertainment. Maybe you're finally turning off your television and discovering new ways of entertaining yourself, putting away your cell phone and venturing into the world to discover new ways of entertaining yourself. It's about creativity. And again, the Wand's energy is creativity. So it's new beginnings for those of you who want to discover your creativity, discover things that you feel passionate about, and beginning new projects. This is all about new projects, things that you love, new children. The rods, the Ace of Rods can represent new children for those of you who are young women or even young men. This is new beginnings for a new child this year. Possibilities for a new child or grandchild. Now this card here represents your 5th house. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th house. Your 6th house is work and health. And this is strength. Strength in your health, strength in your work, fortitude to work really hard because you are the king. You are very hardworking. Capricorns are very hardworking people. You're notorious for that, being very, very hardworking, having that inner strength to succeed and to make it to the top as the king. Make it into a position in management or being self-employed or whatever kind of work you're doing. You have the strength to do that. And it's also about having the strength in your health to improve your health, to do what it is you're going to do this year, setting out for these new journeys. All of these new journeys and new opportunities for you, Capricorn. This is going to be a great year for you ahead. If you're interested in having a personal reading like this, I'm offering half price for $20 to do a personal reading. It's normally $40 for this kind of a reading for yourself. If you want me to do a forecast for you personally for the 12 months ahead, I'm offering it half price for the month of January. So just send me an email. I've got all the information down below in the description box. So send me an email and I'll forward all the necessary information and how you pay for it and what I need from you in order to do the reading. So for $20, I'll do this for you, a personal reading for you. This next card here represents your 7th house of partnership, marriage, and teamwork. And here's the Queen of Pentacles. It's all about security. This coming year, the next 12 months, is all about security and financial security. You may be partnering with somebody or marrying somebody or within your own marriage. It's about financial prosperity, financial security, security within your home. For some of you, the Queen of Pentacles, it may be about being single this year, not necessarily having a partner or a marriage, or not working, as a team. It may be independent work. It may be you living alone. But whatever it is, it's still financial prosperity for you. And it's still having that security for yourself for these next 12 months ahead. So whatever it is, whether you are within a marriage, in a partnership, teamwork, you are the queen. You're the queen and you are the king. So you are the best at what you are doing, and you've got financial prosperity, and you're working really hard and succeeding in business this year. It's going to be a great year for you. The next card is the 8th house of this. This covers a lot of things. This is Scorpio. Scorpio rules the 8th house. It's all about death and personal transformation. It's about inheritance. It's about sex. It's about other people's money. It can be about your taxes. It's also about your psychic abilities. It covers a lot of different things. This is about communication. The 8 of Rods represents communication. It also represents something that's been set into motion. Movement. It's not completed yet, but it's been set into motion. If there has been a death in the family or the death of somebody where there's inheritance involved, This is where it's set into motion, but it hasn't come to its completion yet. There may be communications. There may be communications from the other side. You know, if someone's passed on that you loved dearly, or even maybe just someone that you knew. This is about communication and your psychic abilities. So you may be getting some kind of communication from people who've crossed over. You may be tapping into that psychic ability within yourself and being contacted by those who've crossed over. You may be seeing people out of the corner of your eye if they're trying to contact you. Now, it also has to do with taxes and other people's money. So it's something that's been set into motion, and it may be communication. You may be receiving some kind of communication regarding your taxes or some kind of communication regarding other people's money. And along with other people's money, it would have to do with inheritance. So you may be getting some communications regarding inheritance and other people's money. If it has to do with sex, it's hard for me to interpret this card. It could be receiving communication from somebody who's interested in you. It doesn't mean it's going to happen. It just has to do with communication. It could have to do with something's been set into motion. Maybe you're going to start dating somebody, but not really becoming intimate. It's just all about something that's been set into motion, but it's not being completed. This card means it's not really come to its completion. It's just set into motion. Or it's all about communication. Maybe it's all about I have bad things in my mind right now about communication where sex is concerned. So I'm going to leave that to your imagination and how you would have sexual encounters through communication without actually hooking up with somebody. And you know what, maybe if you're traveling and you're traveling and spending long periods of time away from your significant other or from your spouse, then, you know, this is the time to put your cell phone to use. So there you go, Capricorn. All right, the next one is the 9th house of long distance travel, higher education, and philosophy. And we've got the 6 of Pentacles. This is the generosity card. This may be money coming to you to allow you to go off on these travels, going out into the world. This is all about long distance travel here. Maybe you're going to get some money that will enable you to travel. Travel to a foreign country, travel across the country. Somebody's going to help you. If you don't have enough money, you're going to get some assistance and some charity so that you can travel long distances. Whether that's an employer, whether it's a new job opportunity, because this could be the new job opportunity here. And this new job opportunity, your employer may pay all of your expenses if you're moving long distances, because these 2 cards here are all about travel, and they could very well represent long distance travel. It could be traveling to a foreign country and getting the money to travel to a foreign country, whether that's for your employment or it could be for school. You could be traveling across the country for your higher education or traveling to a foreign country for your higher education. And this card would indicate getting money in order to do that, getting grant money or getting some kind of money through charity so that you can do that. It could be, you know, for those of you who do any kind of missionary work or you do any kind of volunteer work and receiving charity, receiving money through that charity so that you can travel long distances to do charity work in foreign countries. So it's all about getting assistance financially, receiving charity for your higher education. It's also about charity for your higher education. For those of you who are going back to school or going to school for college or trade school, it's about receiving the money in order to do that. So that's exciting. You've got a lot of good opportunities this year, and the means to pay for it. That's pretty fantastic. You know, the financial prosperity is showing up over here as well. So, and this shows up in your house of teamwork. So if you were traveling long distance and part of a team doing charity work or doing missionary work, then this is having the money to do that. receiving the money through charity so that you can do your travels, and working as part of a team here. Now this card here represents the 10th house of career and public recognition. And again, here's the financial prosperity. This is you earning money and being prosperous. Getting public recognition for your hard work. This is a new job opportunity for you here. Getting recognition for your hard work, which will enable you to get this job. Or your previous work, looks really good on your resume. So you have opportunities here within your career to get a bonus or a raise, to have some financial prosperity with your work. Having the strong leadership skills here, and having a great year where your career is concerned, where your job and your work is concerned, and getting recognition for that. Here's the Nine of Pentacles is a very similar energy to the Queen of Pentacles. So if you're doing whatever your work is, you're very successful and very prosperous in that. Whether you're working independently or working as part of a team, it could be either or. It's really showing up both ways. You could be the team leader. You could be working independently as the leader of the team, as the manager or the supervisor of the team. So you're still part of a team, but you're independent in that you are the person in charge. Because that energy is showing up very strongly here in your reading as well, which is, typical for a Capricorn. That's to be expected. If you've had a difficult year in 2017, all of these cards are telling me that you're going to have a really, really fantastic 2018. I'm very excited for you. This card here is the 11th house, friends, societies, organizations, and groups. And this is about you hard at work. Hard at work, making friends, making society, or making friends, being part of those societies or those organizations. This could be volunteer work, and this is you working for those groups, for those organizations. You may be meeting friends or becoming involved in different organizations through your work. Again, this is work. This is the action. This is this Ace of Rods, this new opportunities. So you may have some new opportunities for these upcoming 12 months to do work within these organizations, whatever they are. If it's charity work or volunteer work or any kind of organizations or groups, working in groups. Again, here's that group, working in groups. This is the teamwork here. And the Eight of Pentacles is work. So definitely working hard. And achieving your goals and getting financial prosperity and recognition for all of that work. And our last card here is the 12th house. This is all things hidden. So this has to do with hospitals, prisons, mental institutions. It can have to do with isolation. But it's also about the collective unconscious and the symbols and symbols and archetypes and the collective unconscious. So there's a lot of sadness and loss here. There's sadness and loss regarding isolation, but it's recovering from that. Because if you've been feeling this in the past, feeling isolated and feeling sadness and feeling lost because of that, that's coming to its end because you're going to have a lot of financial prosperity. Now, what this could refer to also is, even though this shows up with your teamwork, and this shows up here with your career and public recognition, I mean, maybe you are, these two cards could indicate working independently and not really being part of a team, and that may create some sadness because you may feel isolated by, if you, and even if you're in a leadership role at work, you may feel isolated from the rest of the team because of that, or it's really just about recovering from that. Now, it also has to do with not just you necessarily, it could have to do with the collective unconscious, where if it's a year where people are feeling very sad, and a lot of people are very sad over the presidency, but if there's any kind of sadness and loss within the collective unconscious, this is showing up here. So you may still have success and financial prosperity, but the collective unconscious of the people around you they could still be dealing with some sadness and loss. Now, if there's any kind of situation of loved ones dealing with hospitals or prisons or mental institutions, this would indicate, this card, in terms of mental institutions, could have to do with depression. If they're within yourself or anybody within your life that's dealing with depression, that's what this would be. And people who are depressed feel very isolated. So that's something that this could represent here as well. Whether that's you or somebody in your life. This is really the only negative card that's come up in this whole reading. I mean, the rest of it is really fabulous. It's going to be a fabulous year for you, Capricorn. So that's your reading for the next 12 months ahead. Again, if you're interested in your own, send me an email. And thanks for watching. Congratulations for having a great year ahead. having these new opportunities, if you want to seize hold of them. Being a Capricorn, I'm sure you will. All right, take care. God bless.